A prince was thrown away at birth and lived his whole life as a charioteer's son. He was not the foundling who dreamed he was noble. He really was the hidden prince, and the revelation changed nothing. The Mahabharata is the family romance turned inside out, the child's fantasy of nobler parents made literal and run backwards. This episode asks what Freud's theory illuminates in that story, and the answer runs through 4 mechanisms colliding in one life. Abandonment, the ego ideal, the compulsion to repeat, and the strange loyalty to the identity he was assigned, working together across the whole epic. The text gives us the raw data and Karna's own words. The framework gives the chain, and the chain is the reading, not the verdict. This is the story of Karna of the Mahabharata, told from the Ganguli translation of the epic, because the legend has already flattened it. The birth is in the Adi Parva. The maiden Kunti, given a mantra by the sage Durvasa, summoned the sun god Surya out of curiosity. She conceived and bore a son already wearing earrings and a coat of mail, and from fear of her relatives, she brought him forth in secrecy. The text says Kunti cast the handsome child into the water. The basket on the river is a later retelling's embellishment, not the epic's. The child was taken up by the husband of Radha, a charioteer, and raised as his own, and they named him Vasudena. The name Karna came later, for his deeds. Karna means the ear, and he earned it by giving away the earrings he was born with. The giving began early. Indra, disguised as a Brahmana, begged the boy for his natural armor and earrings, and the boy gave them. In return, he received a single dart that could kill one foe, and the exchange was never meant to be fair. At Drona's school, the Sutta child Karna, from jealousy, frequently defied Arjuna, and supported by Duryodhana, he used to disregard the Pandavas. At the tournament, he entered the lists like a walking cliff, and challenged Arjuna before the whole gathered court. Duryodhana embraced him, and offered him the kingdom of the Kurus, and Karna asked only for friendship and a single combat with Arjuna. Then Kripa demanded his lineage, for sons of kings never fight men of inglorious birth, and Karna's face went pale like a lotus under pelting rain. Duryodhana crowned him king of Anga on the spot, and Karna asked what gift could compare with the gift of a kingdom. Then the charioteer, Adaratha, entered, perspiring and trembling, and Karna bowed to the low-born father who had kept him, still wet with the water of inauguration. Bhima mocked him as a son of a charioteer who deserved a whip, and Karna sighed, looked at the sun, and said nothing. Kunti watched from the crowd, recognized her son by the auspicious marks, and from motherly affection was pleased and said nothing at all. At Draupadi's Swayamvara, she refused him aloud, saying she would not select a Sutta for her lord, and Karna laughed in vexation and cast the bow aside. Before the war, Kunti came to him on the riverbank and told him the truth. He was her son, begotten by Surya, and never Radha's. Karna answered with the line that is the spine of this story. I was abandoned by thee as soon as I was born, and what enemy would have done me a greater injury? He refused her. With me is their boat, he said. They desire to cross the impassable ocean of battle, and I cannot abandon them now. Krishna himself came to him, revealed the same truth, and offered him kingship and the Pandava brothers, and Karna refused, citing his debt to Duryodhana. 2 curses hang over the death. The Brahmin's curse that his wheel would sink in battle, and Parashurama's curse for the one lie he told. The lie was a claim of low birth. He told Parashurama he was a Sutta to keep the weapon's training, and the weapon failed him at the last. In the Karna Parva, the earth swallowed his wheel, and when he appealed to Dharma, Krishna answered with a litany of his complicity. Now the mechanisms, and the first is the family romance. Freud's 1909 idea that a child may fantasize that its real parents are nobler than the ones it lives with. Karna is that fantasy made literal, the foundling who really is a prince, and the promise of the fantasy that noble origins mean worth and belonging is exposed as hollow. The second mechanism is the abandonment, and it is not interpretation. Karna himself names it as the defining injury in the Udyoga Parva. The third is the ego ideal built on giving, the vow to never refuse a gift. The armor given away knowing it would make him mortal. The gifts heaped on the unappeasable Brahmin. The abandoned child proves he is worthy of keeping by giving everything away, and the ideal becomes a compulsion that costs him his life. The fourth is the repetition compulsion, and here the framework must be honest. The epic itself explains his loyalty through gratitude and mitra-dharma, the duty of a friend. The psychological reading sees the pattern. Rejected by his mother, rejected for his caste, he binds himself to the first person who gave him a place and refuses every exit. And the deepest irony, told he was a Sudha, he became one, staying with the low-born identity even after learning the truth, and the one lie he told was a claim of low birth. Now the honest science. Modern attachment research gives the abandonment its only empirical footing from Bowlby's work on early bonds. Adoption research on identity formation finds that narrative coherence predicts adjustment, but the epic gives us no infancy to study, so the attachment reading is interpretation. The family romance is a historical psychoanalytic construct, not a diagnostic category, and repetition compulsion is clinically contested. A psychoanalytic reading of the Sanskrit play Karna exists in scholarship, thin but real, and we cite it as a reading, not as the text's meaning. Now the honesty rules of this series, stated out loud. We never diagnose. The frame is what the theory illuminates in a story. Never a claim about what a person was. The famous death speech, "I was born a charioteer's son and always spoke the truth," is not in the Ganguli translation. It belongs to later retellings. The text's actual death has Karna appealing to Dharma and Krishna answering with the litany, "Whither had this virtue of thine gone when Draupadi was disrobed, when Abhimanyu was slain?" So the pure victim reading fails. The epic does not present him as innocent, and the honesty of the story is in that complexity. Name the circularity risk. Any story of rejection can be read as an abandonment wound driving repetition, and a story can always be made to fit. The epic explains Karna through dharma, gratitude, and fate. The Freudian reading adds a lens, and must not overwrite the text's own psychology. Where translations differ, we say so. The basket, the death speech, even Krishna's offer are version-dependent across the tradition. What survives the adversarial reading is the inversion itself, the hidden prince fantasy, made real, changed nothing, and the worth he proved was never the point. The tragedy is that the truth he might once have fantasized about arrived too late and bound him tighter to the identity he was assigned. His dignity was never in his origins. It was in the low-born father who kept him, and the friend who gave him a place, and the giving that defined him. This week, notice the stories you tell about where you came from, and ask what they are for. The next episode watches the same fantasy in a living memory. A founder told he was specially picked out, and what he built from the telling. That is the honest version of Karna, the hidden prince of the Mahabharata, read without a diagnosis, and a story about what the truth can and cannot do.